checkers, wreckers, and more. Coming to you live.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Well, here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boy from the south. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say. Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boy from the south. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now?
Now your host, Paul and Chad.
What is going on, everybody? Apologize. It's not a show unless we have issues.
If that attempt at an introduction is any indication how this event is going to go tonight, you guys are in store for one heck of a treat. I had tears in my eyes as we tried to get this thing rolling, so it's going to be a damn good night.
So every time I'd click an intro, it would say browser something. But it was playing on Paul's side, so we're like, I hit three different intros, so you got a whole mess of what I've been working on.
So hopefully, y'all can hear us, for one. I see 11 people watching, so that's a good start.
No comments yet, though, unless my browser's being a browser. So if you can hear us, if you could at least post a comment just to let us know. We have a little new setup from last week. I messed up, and when we set up these microphones, I had the microphone set up on the camera as well. Sweet.
Hey!
Perfect. Awesome. So
Sweet.
so last week our sound was terrible because it was coming from the the webcam that we are using. So this week we got the actual microphones hooked up. No echo from what I understand.
As of right now.
Echo. So first off, man, last week was your birthday. How the heck was it?
Turned the big 3-5, so never thought I would make it to this age. It was a good day. It was a Wednesday, so as Chuck Reeves likes to say, we kept the boat afloat, and we had some good times. So not bad at all. We missed one thing. If you're watching, please like, comment, share, help grow the page. We love the interaction. Hopefully this week we actually get some interaction. Last week was a little bit rough with comments not coming through till the end. So once we get Seltzer on here, I expect all sorts of good questions.
Yeah, that was my bad last week.
It's his life.
Facebook Zuckerberg does.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
You know my thoughts on Facebook. Mm-mm.
They
bring back MySpace.
Oh, what about Xanga? You remember Xanga?
No.
You're young. No, but I guess Facebook doesn't like copyright music.
Or does Facebook not like Eminem? Could go either way.
I wasn't about to test that theory this week.
I will, because you know my thoughts on Mark Zuckerberg.
No, but so YouTube did give me a copyright thing, but yes, Kelly.
That looks like a disease. I can't even.
But no, YouTube gave me a copyright, but they said that this artist allows it to be played on YouTube. So we have YouTube and Eminem and all these other artists' blessings.
Yeah.
So screw Facebook, and hopefully Seltzer gets on here soon.
Yeah. Can I start with a couple things real quick?
Yes, we do got to talk about a few things anyway.
Okay.
So go ahead.
All right. It was a rough afternoon. Lost a couple really good people. One I found out sitting here with Chad about an hour ago, which was really rough. Friend of mine from high school passed away. Thoughts and prayers to Craig and his entire family. as they deal with that. He was a damn good dude, and we love every one of you. So take care of your people. We say it every week. We're in this thing together, so just make sure you take care of each other. And then in the racing community, we lost old Merrill from Montville Speedway. So thoughts and prayers to him and his family and the entire Montville Speedway crew. Thinking about you. We're all here for you. So let's. They got a few races left if everything pans out. So let's make sure we go support them as much as we can. But yeah, on a lighter note, sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row now. We've had to talk about someone in the racing community passing away, and
Yep.
I've always been a firm believer. Hug your loved ones close because you never know when it's going to be their last time.
For sure.
We could go on about this. I mean, I've got stories about my dad, but you never know, and that's the hard part about this life. So.
Yep. So thoughts and prayers to old Montville.
Yep, definitely. Real quick before we pull Jason on, what about that NASCAR race at the Roval, man? You watched it. I've watched. I watched some replays of it.
So when we started this whole adventure, we kind of went down the road of: are we going to talk about NASCAR? Are we going to skip it? We've done a pretty good job about skipping it. We bring up some good things once in a while. I don't know if we even call yesterday a race. That was a damn snooze fest for 99% of the race until the last 5 laps. And then it was a damn video game. People, it wasn't racing. It was guys doing what they had to do to advance to the next stage. And it hit each other out of the way. I mean, it's you hit a guy, you stay in the gas, and that's what it was yesterday. So that was something. It was entertaining the last 5 laps, but props to Christopher Bell. He did what he had to do.
Yeah, and I messaged you today. I'm like, look, I didn't watch it, but I watched replays, and that last few laps, like you said, it reminded me of when I was a kid playing NASCAR, and I was just going out wrecking whoever I could because F it.
I was waiting for somebody to turn around and go the other way, to be honest with you. That's about where we were.
I used to do that in that game.
I think everybody did.
There's a cheat code that I could get the UPS truck, and I'd go backwards at Talladega and see how many cars would flip in the air.
Hey. Are we done with NASCAR on that note? All right. One other thing before we get going. A mad supporter of ours since the get-go, Top Row Racing Videos. They had some issues last night broadcasting from Springport Motor Speedway for the feature events at Springport. Make sure you go to their page, check out the videos. I think it had something to do with tagging and approvals and all that. Shocking technology issues. But give them a shot. The videos, I watched a few today. They were excellent as always. Let me catch up because I saw people's posts on this wreck, that wreck, this great finish. And to actually see them was awesome. So Lewis, keep up what you're doing. We love it. And yeah, I think he's done for the season at races because there's not a whole lot more up in the area. But look forward to 2023.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Well, I mean, we're close to the time. I told Seltzer 7:15. We could just pull them on because this is going to be fun.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. What are we pulling from the dungeon, right?
I see him chugging a drink in the background.
That's the goal.
There he is. Cheers, buddy.
Play the damn intro one more time.
I think you're muted.
We get 2 F-bombs before we get yelled at. You just wasted one.
I thought
It's real early.
Can you hear me?
But we didn't technically hear it, so it doesn't count.
It's true. It's true. Only the people real good at lip reading.
I don't think the FCC can read lips, though. Are you good at lip reading? Because I am not. I get that.
I can read swear words. That's about my only talent.
I think he just told you to F off.
Oh, there's a number 2.
I didn't.
You know, that's the thing about this show. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, we have fun. And,
Oh, Kelly can hear him.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
boy,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah. So now fix your damn problem.
Settings? Is it something to do with ours?
Hold on. Let me try something a minute. Oh boy. Oh boy.
This is only our 10th episode, so
Yeah.
bear with us.
Welcome to YouTube.
Oh boy. All right, Paul. We're gonna try something.
I want to ask a question,
So yeah, I want you
but
to.
I can't. Well, I can, but I want to hear the answer more than anything.
This might not work. Hold on, folks. Hold on.
Can everybody hear me? Just give them a thumbs up or whatever. Reply if you all can hear me. Am I the only one here? I can't hear you now. Can you hear me? I see you chuckling. Everybody drink. Yeah, it's Mark Zuckerberg's problem, right? No.
Oh, hold on.
Hey,
Here,
hey, oh my!
We're good.
It's so loud.
Turn it down. Play the damn intro one more time, just for the people in the back.
I can't see.
Oh.
Good. I
Okay,
can't
hold
walk,
on.
so we're fine. It's all equal opportunity.
Well,
Okay.
Jason, how's your night going?
Well, I've been sitting around for 20 minutes, just chilling and listening, and hell of an intro. I couldn't figure out what I mean, holy squirrel. You need a squirrel at the bottom of your, that would be phenomenal. That's what I want. In your intro, I want a squirrel running across the bottom.
We can make that
Yep.
work.
Yes.
I don't know
man.
what I did, but it works.
It's super loud.
Turn it. Okay, I can be quiet.
No, it's not you.
It's not you, it's me. It's Seinfeld now. I invented it's not you, it's me.
Oh man.
I got this mixer thing. Let's see if it.
See, this is what happens. Also, the delay is back. When you give two guys who don't know what they're doing technology, this is the end result. We're just here to have a good time. Nobody gave us fancy toys till today.
Hey, I got an idea. Turn the volume down on your computer.
Oh my god.
Take a drink.
All right, yeah. Everyone, take a second. Take a drink. That's much better.
Yeah, but are we going to be able to hear him?
Can you guys order Subway by yourselves? Is that, I mean,
No, there's an app for that, thankfully.
I know we just.
And a thing called secretaries, so. We digress.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, Chad, let's start with question one.
I can't.
Dude, is anybody still even watching?
Our viewers have actually gone up.
All right, man. You go ahead because I can't see right now.
All right.
Oh, I'm good. All right, so I'm going to ask Chad's first question because mine goes into it. So Chad wants to know, who is the Mouth?
The Mouth is a lucky 45-year-old race fan that is in Mishawaka, Indiana, and been going short track racing since he was about 6 years old with his dad and his sister. Stayed local about 16, when I was 16 or so. For whatever reason, my dad dragged us up to Kalamazoo, and I just fell in love with the place. And I knew once I got a driver's license, I was going to be up in Kalamazoo quite a bit. So had season pass for 3 years there. Would climb up, get there early, climb up flag stand with Jack Hunt, and just look at, watch cars with him, bump him in the arm if I saw something. Gary Howe asked me to work for him, and I've been working there ever since. Started flagging on accident one night at M40, picked up a microphone with Andy Jack, and the rest is kind of history, as they say. So really, like I said, just a really lucky race fan that gets paid to be at a racetrack, and that's not a bad thing at all.
So how many years at Kalamazoo Speedway?
21.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yep. So it's been great. It's been good times and bad. And I count 2020 because, I mean, if we could have, we would have had to, and we just didn't. So, but I mean, that's, we're counting that one. But yeah, 21 and worked for Gary Howell the whole time. And, you guys, Gary, and you know how contagious he is. And you get a good group of people up there in a fun, pit area. And it's great.
That's awesome. So who gave you the nickname? Or how'd you earn it?
Because they don't shut up. I don't know.
This is why we don't send questions ahead of time.
Yeah. I'm not really sure. I'm not a big nickname fan. I don't give out nicknames too much. I give Big Papa one. Here and there I'll give you a nickname, but they've had other announcers that have to give out nicknames. That's just not my thing. So I don't know where mine came from, but I was completely on board with it. If you look at the back of my truck driving down the road, my license plate says Mouth on it. So just sign up for it, and that's who you become.
So a question the masses want to know real quick.
Oh, great.
What's in the cup?
Captain to about here, and then this stuff. Captain Coke.
All right.
I didn't get a chance to get over. I wanted to do Crown and Crown Peach and some peach lemonade. Who doesn't like peach?
I just don't like Crown.
I listen to me. Do you like peach though?
I mean,
Okay, I hate Crown, but I love this. You'll have to try it sometime.
Crown turns me into a monster.
Oh.
He also was just rubbing his belly thinking about it, so
they can see that. Well, now I'm here doing it.
Yeah.
We digress.
Yes.
Right.
This is normal.
Yeah. You guys have like questions lined up. Me and Rayber never did this. We just man, oh man. All right.
Because the problem is if we didn't set these questions up, we would be sitting here for 2 hours like, what's your favorite color?
Red or black.
And it'd be all creepy like that.
Yeah. Well, only because he said it creepy like that. I think a grown person can ask another grown person, both male, what their favorite color is. But when he slows down and kind of gives you a little nod to the head, it gets a little weird. So, yeah.
So should I ask the questions like this?
No. Paul, ask the next question.
All right, so Chad wants to know.
No, I can ask. I'm good.
Oh, he can see now. Okay.
Okay. What inspired you to become a
What inspired me? What smart ass say? Does that count against my word?
Oh my God.
Believe it or not, this guy is sober.
Oh,
all right,
shit.
Chad wants to know what your first racing gig was.
He told us.
Yeah, well, I mean, I started flagging at Kalamazoo back in 2001, and I shouldn't say that. No, I take it back. I started in Kalamazoo before there was a wall, they just put up the wall on the backstretch, and you couldn't see going down the backstretch with the lights, and so they asked me to take a yellow flag down into turn 3, and when the yellow came out during the heat races, when the sun was setting, to wave a flag. Okay, fine, I can do that. And, it didn't pay anything, but I got to go to the racetrack for free, and I was included, and it was perfect. And then I did that for a couple months, and then Donnie Brest was the track manager at that point. And I ended up starting to work with Jack Hunt, and then I worked with Rick Beebe and then Bobby Galloway. So, like I said, flagged for 11 years and been announcing for 10, I think.
Those are some awesome names.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, was your first choice to be an announcer, or did you want to be a flagman?
I wanted to be a flagman growing up. I grew up at South End Speedway. I'd watch Ralphie Yarborough and just loved watching him flag. And had a set of flags, would be on the back porch behind the house, and just had a race going on in my head the whole time. And no, I love that. The microphone thing was an accident, and just kind of came into play in the flag stand. somebody's always mad at you at the end of the night. You either missed a call or somebody got a shot in the shorts and got spun around and you didn't see it, or sent the wrong car to the back, whatever it was. But somebody was always mad at the end of the night. So you knew where to stay out of that area. Like I said, I went to M40, picked up the microphone with Andy one night, just started talking. Went down, didn't think anything of it. Climbed downstairs, and Steve Brown on the racetrack said, "Dude, that was fun to listen to." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Went down to the pits, was shooting the crap with some guys, walk up, and Andy Bozell and his family passed me walking across the racetrack. And I had that mentality from being in the flag stand where somebody's always mad at you, and I crossed past Andy, and he says, "Hey, Jason," and my head just goes down. I'm like, I go, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "Nice job tonight." And I said, "All right, thanks," and took 2 more steps, and I just stopped, and I went, "Wait a second, what just happened?" Andy Bozell just stopped me, and Phil said something the next day about it, and it just Mick Schuler, who announced at Kalamazoo forever, his daughter Kelly was going back and forth to M40 and stuff, and she was listening to me announce up there with Andy, and she said to Gary, "You got to come listen to this kid." And so Gary took me on the flag stand, so it'd be about 40 feet more in the air and about 20 feet back. And I said, okay. So started announcing with a few people, and then a couple years later was doing it myself. So
Yeah, after Super Shoe, we've learned that announcing's not easy.
No.
you guys did great. All you gotta do is have fun. Here's the thing with announcing, all you gotta do is entertain people during yellow flags. That's all you gotta do. You guys did a great job with it. I mean, that's all it is.
Sly job.
Yeah. I mean, you can do, if you're doing TV racing, that's different, because then you got to do play-by-play, and I suck as a play-by-play announcer. But at Kalamazoo, you announce during yellow flags, we go green, turn the microphone off, put it down, and watch races. And it's, I always tell people, I try and be that person sitting with that group of people, whoever you're with. I just try and be that person sitting behind you guys and pointing out something maybe you didn't see. And that's kind of my job. And it's worked somehow.
Works real good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
So, what would be your most memorable
Stroke number 1.
Wow.
What's your favorite memory of a race that you know? Oh, you're not.
Favorite memory of racing? What's the last thing you're trying to say?
I don't know. I'm stroking out.
Yeah. No, don't say that.
What's your most memorable? Oh my God, Paul, go for it.
What's the most memorable race you have announced?
I quit.
That I've announced, boy.
I'm going to bed.
You know what? I don't know if I haven't really thought about that. I've been lucky and got to announce a lot of cool stuff. Terry Seneca winning Class 5. I've announced all 4 of Rorig's wins. I wasn't announcing when Andy won his. Probably I take this back. Most memorable thing, Andy with a 94-65 at Call the Wild. Because that was awesome. And
that was badass.
Yeah. And I got to spend so many years watching that and chasing after it. And I had my stupid little hat, with the plexiglass on the side of it. And
that was awesome, though.
Well, yeah, it worked. And dude, I'll tell you what, it's a mess. You put that thing on your head, you go down the backstretch on a golf cart, you turn your head, you're like, I see why this shit works. It is so weird.
Physics.
Yeah. But you wouldn't think doing 8 miles an hour on a golf cart and doing that would make a difference. But no, Andy running the 94-65 and Mike running the 99 and some change the year before. It was just really great. Yeah. Jacubik, I got it. Smart ass. Who put that up?
I don't know who that is, but I like it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna skip to one.
No, you're good.
Would you ever want to do a traveling series, whether it's NASCAR or World of Outlaws? You like the local stuff?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. 2 things I won't do: a traveling series, and I won't announce again on a Saturday night full time. Just not that's not my thing. I like I like going on the track and knowing my people. And I'm not saying I don't know the drivers, because obviously they'd be with you traveling. But no, I no interest in doing anything. I got friends ask me every now and then, would you ever want to do the USAC? And I'm like, absolutely not. That requires a whole different skill level that I just don't have. But yeah, we have fun. And so, yeah, I would not do a Saturday night, and I would not do a traveling series. Great question.
That was Craig Curtis. Oh, hey, there we go. All right.
Hey, you're learning.
We got
Memorable.
Corgan Oil Speedway in the house.
Chad,
So, what? I'm sorry, what?
try and say the word one more time for the people in the back.
Memorable.
No. I can't. It's been a long day. It's been a long weekend. My house got hit with a sickness. My son's sick. Everyone's sick. It sucks. Anyway, I'm gonna quick ask. One driver that you get excited about when you see them pulling on the property.
Oh boy, there's a bunch. I don't want to keep jumping on this bandwagon, but there's a few of them. You talk about Andy Bozell. You're getting the best of the best when he rolls in. His kid Phil Bozell just won the Clash. Tyler Rohr, just anybody that brings that skill level up. But it goes back to, and this is where I give you guys a lot of credit. It goes back to the whole deal. If you stick around and you're there for the whole show, and you stick around a little bit after the show, it's about atmosphere. It's about having a good time. I'm a big Jack Landis fan because the dude, his nickname's Happy. He's always smiling, always having a good time. And that goes back to you guys. You have a great time before, during, and after the race. And I give you guys a lot of credit for that. And it's been so nice to see that change. There's so much bitching about everything. And why is my car not faster? And I get screwed on this call. And I hate this track because they did something wrong. Yada, yada, yada. Just shut up, race, and have some fun. I know it's expensive as hell, but I mean, Paul, you're not getting shocked saying cheaper because, you're running, third or fourth or fifth place than the race leader is. It's still as expensive for you, and you guys still find a way to have a great time and just don't let things get under your skin. So I appreciate that.
Sure. I'd say 99% of the time. There's that 1% where we lose our cool, but yeah, we try. We try.
What night was that? Autograph night?
Yeah, don't be an asshole. That's
Yes.
where that came from.
Oh, I don't think Jason knows about that.
It's a story for episode 2.
All right, we can do that. We can wait.
All right, go ahead, Paul.
All right. Favorite event, asphalt or dirt, that you love to announce?
That I love to announce.
That's a tough one.
It's got to be opening night, and I don't know what year it is, but just any year, opening night at any racetrack. But really, I mean, Kalamazoo, you've got so much interest in, and we've been sitting around for so long, all winter. That anticipation, I love that. I love everything right up before we go green. And at the beginning of the year, it builds up. The white flag lap, that's my favorite lap of a race, because it's that anticipation, your arms standing up. And if it's not, then maybe you're in the wrong, venue. But it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I would say opening night with the anticipation and the new paint jobs and the new numbers and the new drivers moving up classes. And it's fun to kind of sort it all out.
I agree. Love opening night. What announcer or driver do you look up to most? What's, like, maybe they gave you a piece of advice that just changed the course of your career? What may it be?
You learn. That's one thing I try and do when I go to different racetracks. I get some slack for some people. Sometimes they are somebody I'm working for or whatever, that, hey, you're going too many places, you're wearing yourself out, whatever. I try and learn something from every track you go to. I think that's really important. Whether it's good or bad, figure out what to do, what not to do. I've learned unfortunately, I got really lucky and was 34 years before we lost somebody. And unfortunately, I learned I was at Eldora and learned how to handle someone passing away and what not to, a lot of it was what not to do. And just little stuff like that. But as far as announcers to look up to, Chet Christner is just the best. If you've got Flow Racing and you follow USAC, the dude he's got story after story and line after line, and he's just amazing at what he does. And USAC's lucky to have him, and it's fun to listen to him. If you don't have Flow Racing, it's the best $150 you're ever going to spend in your life, and it makes the winter go by so fast. They're going to have a bunch of races coming up in October and November with sprint cars, and I think the midgets will be done then. But, well, no, Turkey Night Grand Prix. You got the Chili Bowl, so much different stuff, and just check that out. I don't mean to be a commercial, but there you go.
Nope, you're good.
That was a great commercial.
It was. That was actually really good.
So
ask that.
Craig Curtis with a fan question. We're going to put it up on screen for you.
Low 500. Low 500 is the best event on the planet. An event. It's not a race. It's an event. Take Memorial Day weekend on Saturday. I don't care what you're doing. Whatever it is, it's wrong. Go to Low 500 and get there about 2 hours before the gates open and just chill out. Chili Bowl is great too, but the Little 500 Chili Bowl, I almost have to be there a whole week, and I know it's tough. It's hard to get seats. B, it's expensive. C, whatever. It's a big distance, but no, Little 500 in May. 33 sprint cars around a quarter-mile racetrack, and they're pitting in the infield with some jersey barriers separating life and death, and it's just great. You guys need to go.
You're a hell of a promoter.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just there are a couple things I believe in. I mean, I haven't worked for Gary on that weekend for the last 3 or 4 years because I go to Little 500, and that is reason number one why I will never announce on a Saturday track. I mentioned that a couple times, but there's just events on Saturdays that happen, and it's not every week, but there's about 4 or 5 a year that you don't want to miss, and that's the number one on the list. By the way, you mentioned Merle. We lost Merle. Do one up wrong side of the shirt. We have my Montville Speedway track official shirt on. Missed that guy. Whether you loved him, whether you hated him, he was fair to you. You knew what you were getting when you signed in. I said this on social media. He didn't hide anything. It may not have been to your liking, but he didn't hide it. And that was Merle, and he gave you a place to race. And I read somebody's post that they had a good opportunity to race with their dad, and that was a memory. They had a trophy from like 2004 for winning a heat race. It was the one time they ran there, and that was his memory he had there, was he got to race door to door with his dad. And he goes, that's what I got out of Montville, was that memory. And he goes, I think that's what Merle would want to be known for, and Montville would be known for, is just having a place to have a memory. And that's what it was. So, Judith, hope you're doing okay. And all his family and friends, everybody at Montville Speedway, we're thinking about you guys, but did want to get that taken care of. So, rest in peace, Merle.
Jason, you have a way with words that is one of the best. Something like that, something on Facebook. There are just some ways where I'm like, damn, this guy is really good at just putting everyone's thoughts into your own and putting it out there. So thank you for that.
Hey, no problem. I do a lot of editing sometimes, but no, it's I do kind of hear that a little bit off and on. So if I can be everybody's collective thoughts, and that's my responsibility, I'll take that. We had that one.
Oh,
It's my first computer. There we go.
I agree, Aaron.
Yep, 100%.
Good. Well, yeah. No, I mean, you got to, if you love what you see and you can't talk somebody into going to it, whether it's a football game, whether it's your kid's softball game, whatever it is, I mean, it's your job to talk somebody into going. And that's the other thing about racing. I don't know how many people ever paid to get into their first race. I know I didn't. I know you guys probably didn't, whether it's your parents took you, your friend took you, whatever. We got to start coming up $15, and I'm going to start doing it again next year. Bill Clewell Motors, Constantine, Michigan. Miss Bill. That was a great dude. But I used to, hey, are you new to the races? I'm going to take you. I'm going to buy your ticket. Come with us. Come hang out with us. Whatever. Whether it's new track, you haven't been racing. Period. Whatever it is. Here's $15, and then maybe you never know, because I met some really cool people that I didn't know, and then became almost family to me. And it's all about making friends. And if you can make a friend off $15 that you get to spend a Friday or Saturday or Sunday with for the next 6 months when the weather's nice, it's not bad. And they'll probably buy you a few beers. You know what I mean? So you get that $15 back eventually.
Yeah, I want to see it get back to the pits getting filled after the races. When I grew up going to Berlin, I mean, I can remember the lineup just to get in the pits. And you don't really see that too much anymore.
That is the one downfall, the one thing I would like to change, or that I wish we could change, is with Fridays at Kalamazoo, everybody's been at work, whether you went in and worked early and got off at 1, whether you worked 7 to 3, 8 to 4, whatever it was to make that work. You don't have that Saturday. There are two things I miss with that. One of them, like I said, is that and the pits and the atmosphere after the races. And two, that little track that's running over on the other side of turn 3 that is so much fun to go watch on Saturdays, going back and forth, or even the mini wedge kids. I didn't get up to see them. It's all about the kids. We got to put some stock in them and go watch them and make sure they're having fun. And I've seen so many of these kids grow up and get in these big stock cars. Heck, Aaron's been talking. Look at Bryce Bozell. I mean, how many people did he wax a couple weeks ago at Super Show? And he's 11 years old. So that's pretty cool.
No, I agree.
That's awesome. Yep. So the reverb's getting me a little bit. NASCAR, who's your driver?
Current, Kyle Larson.
Former?
Tony Stewart.
I thought you were going to say Jeff Gordon, so good job.
No. My dad was a Jeff Gordon fan. We got along about a lot of stuff. We didn't get along about that. That's right. No. Smoke and Young Money. What about you guys?
I'm a Ryan Blaney fan.
I can appreciate him.
You don't want to know.
Chad?
I don't really watch too much NASCAR, but when I did, it was Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Okay. I get that. I was a senior fan, huge senior fan. Yeah, so I don't know. Well, you guys will have to. You guys going to participate in our Matchbox treadmill races coming up?
Oh, we have questions about that coming up.
All right.
That's coming.
Favorite track food? That's a great question. Sorry, I'm answering questions on my own.
No, that's why we put them up there.
Eldora Speedway or Volusia Speedway. Steve Boyan or something, Boylan, had the best pork chop sandwiches I've ever had in my life. I believe he's retired. He did sell it to somebody, and they're still there. But pork chop sandwiches were phenomenal. We were in Florida 6-8 years ago-ish with Gary, and we're walking down, and I said, Gary, try this. And I kept preaching to Gary, we need to do something with the concession stand. We need a different kind of food. Everybody's got hamburgers. Everybody's got hot dogs. Everybody's got popcorn. Monkeys could do that. Okay. It's not real hard. And Gary tried that, and he's like, I don't even like pork chops, but this is really good. And that's how we got steak on a stick at Kalamazoo. It was that idea. And MJ has got a huge responsibility in that for marinating all the steak and doing a great job each week for that. And I'm lucky enough half the time they bring me up a piece or two. And not that that's what it takes to promote it, because you guys have both had it. You know how damn good it is. Yes. Yeah. And it's just, it's great. It's another reason to go to the racetrack. And that's what we need. We need a few more reasons other than race cars. Race cars are great, but we need good atmosphere. We need that pit vibe that you were talking about, Chad. And we need to be, there's McDonald's and the Subway up on top of the hill. We got to give you a reason to pass those. Come to the track, spend a little bit of money. And that's not even what it's about. It's just about something different that draws you into Kalamazoo.
And I had this whole question lined up about things you would want to see done to local short track to bring it back to its roots. And I think you hit it on the head. NASCAR, as much as I have my issues with what they do, a lot of times, I feel like they are hitting it on the head with it's not you're going to a race on a Sunday afternoon anymore. You're going for a weekend event where obviously we're not going to put on weekend events, except Super Shoe, maybe the Kalamazoo Clash with Ravers Rumble coming up, things like that. But making it an event, bounce houses for the kids, something, a monster truck ride in the parking lot, just something different. I love the out of the box thinking. That's what's going to save this thing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you talked about the Clash and the Rumble. And a year ago, Gary sent a schedule out or an email out to a few of us. Hey, I need to move the Clash date because of this and because of that. And here's where the Sizzler falls. And here's where blank, blank, blank falls. And here's where blank, blank, blank falls. And I got to thinking, and I sent an email out. I go, this may not be real popular, but we did this on Wednesdays for years because all these big tracks were running Outlaws weekly, and the guys the guys wouldn't leave their points to come race with us. So we had to run it on Audible night. Nobody's running late models at all anymore. Hardly anybody. So what about going back to a Saturday night? Because when I would ask drivers why they didn't want to come or why they didn't come, it was can't get guys off work, can't get my crew vacation time, can't da 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 da. So we tried that. I sent the email and I didn't hear anything, and I thought we're done. And got lucky, and he put the schedule out, and it had that, and had the Rumble on it. And then he had the Rumble the same night as the Clash, and I said, why don't we do it a Friday and a Saturday, and why don't we be in the parking lot? Why don't we have a band after the races Friday night and make it, like you said, an event? And that's what we need more events. And I think that's the word I used for the little 500 was an event, and that's what we need. Because the days of people just showing up for 3 or 4 hours and sitting their butts in the stands and not moving are kind of over, and we need to adapt to that.
I agree.
And as much as I also have my issues with Mother Nature, raining out Friday night of the Rumble, as much as the party I was looking forward to, the band and all that, having that show condensed into Saturday was an amazing piece of history to be a part of. The racing was phenomenal. The names that were there, the cars, that was something that was just fun. And I think this year we're going to kind of follow up on it if I can read the cryptic scheduling. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary will give you a little bit of information. He's not going to give you the whole thing, but if you can piece it together, it works. So, yeah, no, it should be great. We're gonna shrink down the late models. Unfortunately, I was a huge late model guy. I still am, but right now it's just a bad time. Whether it's tires, whether it's expense, whether it's give a damn with some guys. I guess I don't know how to describe that, but when you put up that much money on a Saturday night and you're on the same tire that they're on all year long, guys are afraid to travel, and they're afraid to come in. It's hard to come in and maybe race for 5th or 7th spot when you're used to winning, and you got to beat Tyler, you got to beat Andy, you got to beat Phil, you got to beat Steve, you got to beat whoever. It's tough, but I really think we need to stay on the track and not give them any excuses not to come, other than just maybe they're scared. And sometimes that's okay too. Because to be honest with you, a lot of the Kalamazoo guys don't travel a whole lot. Adam does. Zach Cook traveled quite a bit. Frazier, but Plymouth's got a great thing with their money all year with that Grand Slam. And we just got to figure out to make it work. But unfortunately, I think we got to shrink it down a little bit and see what's going on. So we'll see.
Yeah, Paul and I kind of seen that coming, and we prepared for that one.
Yeah, we. I remember. I think it was after our second night this season. We were talking to Skeeter. It was probably about 1 a.m. in the pit area, and we were like, "Hey, our Outlaw's going to be on the schedule for the rest of the year." And he did assure me that we're going to see this thing out and readjust accordingly. And yeah, we saw it coming. I don't blame him one bit. I still like what he's doing. It's big money events 4 times a year. hopefully it brings the car counts. Hopefully things kind of turn around in the economy that allows guys to get out there and race. But well, time will tell.
Yeah, and one big thing is sometimes you gotta. I love racing. I went. My season record's 94 races one year. That's too many, by the way. 70, 75 is a good number. But I also told Gary a couple times this summer, maybe we don't need to race every single week at Kalamazoo. Maybe we got to take a week off and make people miss some stuff. And I know that's weird. What are you laughing about?
Chad's cracking a cold one.
Atta boy.
Everyone drink.
Is this the end of the show or is this refill time? Because
Refill time.
Refill
All
time.
right.
We'll come back to 2 drink minimum here in a second.
All right. Sounds good. Okay.
So,
Quick side note. Speaking of traveling late mile drivers, shout out to Mark Shook. Picked up the feature win at Michigan Cup yesterday at Springport. So, kid, he's my age. I just like calling everyone kid. He has been kicking ass the last couple of years, so it's cool to see.
Yeah, that dude's definitely been on fire the last solid year, and it's been really good to see them. I've been friends with Mark and been following him a long time. His father-in-law, Dave Lober, hell of a race car driver from Kalamazoo for years, and really cool, really cool. So congratulations, Shoki. He's a Lions fan too, so go Lions, I guess.
Sorry.
oh my gosh. I just seen something about getting compensation for being a Lions fan.
I mean, it's a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's Camp Lejeune.
Yeah, no, it was. I did see that. Some of my buddies sent that to me. Financial compensation for being a Lions fan. Maybe if we got the family out of there, we'd have a chance. We got to quit blaming these coaches because it's not the coach's fault. It's the family.
Yep.
Goodbye, Fords.
Yep, I agree.
I like that you just muted yourself on the swear word. Good job.
Yeah, I had to fit in my criteria before I got yanked.
Yeah, we got those 2 out of the way real quick tonight.
Yeah. I got my soundboard behind me. I didn't even think about playing anything, but yeah.
Also, you need a colorblind friendly soundboard for the next guy that comes up there.
Do not put Paul on the soundboard.
Well, it's just green. Basically, it's all green and red if I've already played it, but I didn't know you were colorblind.
Yeah.
How do you see the lights? Because Chris Helfrich. No, I'm just curious. Does that affect you? Chris Helfrich, huge race fan. Him growing up New Paris Speedway in the '74 car and street stocks, but he was colorblind. And how do you guys do that?
Honestly,
with lights?
Hold on, I'm going to answer this for Paul. Anytime we take a road trip, we
Alright,
come up
alright.
to a blinking light. I have to tell him if it's red or yellow.
Don't let him do that.
So, no, a lot of tracks growing up before the Raceiver day and age had like a blinking yellow light. That's kind of how I knew. Springport, Owasso mainly. Then the Receivers came in. They were a lifesaver because now I can just wait for hopefully a really good race director, which 99% of the time is there, that can spot a caution pretty quick. Helps out a lot.
I got you. All right, that makes sense.
So, Jason, what's your biggest challenge as an announcer?
Stairs.
Oh, my God.
When you said biggest challenge, I didn't care what the hell you were going to say after that. The answer was stairs.
All right,
Oh,
touche.
man. Mic drop.
Biggest challenge. Probably. I don't know. I've been lucky, and to be honest, I'm a completely different announcer than a lot of people and a lot of the old school announcers. I'm not a stat guy. I'm not a, hey, he's fourth in points and 9 wins and blah, 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 because I don't know how many diehard fans there are anymore that care about that. I'm there to, like I said, I'm there to kind of give you the top 5 under a yellow, maybe try and make you laugh and look forward to something coming up. And it's not going to hurt if I sell you a hot dog on the midway. That's kind of it. So I don't know. I've been really lucky just to kind of bullshit my way through. And I mean, because honestly, but to answer your question, the struggle would probably be my play-by-play. And I've had to, with Kokomo and Flo, I've had to definitely try and get better at that. When you work with somebody like Rob Goodman there, it makes it a lot easier because you bounce off each other so well. He came up, did the Clash a year ago with me, and it was just phenomenal. That was probably the best race I've ever announced, and we were just a couple guys sitting in the tower talking to each other, and it worked out. So it was cool. Boom. Jesus Christ, people.
I had to wait for the perfect opportunity. All right. So I see a lot of. Do you need a quick 30-second break to refill?
No, I'm good. Let's go with that, and then you guys can play a commercial spot.
All right. For all the sponsors. I see a lot of racing memorabilia in the background. What's your one single most favorite piece that you own?
It's got to be, and it's not hung up. It's in my poker room on a shelf yet. Chili Bowl Nationals last year, they had a half tank of Kyle Larson's midget, and I think I bought every T-shirt that was on the property at that event the last 3 or 4 days until that point. And my buddy, I don't want to say my buddy, I barely knew the guy, but he was cool. One of those larger than life people on Facebook, and he grew on you, Dave Dusick. He kept jokingly, quit buying shit. Every single time I post, I got this shirt and this shirt and this shirt. Quit buying shit. Somebody tagged me in this. It was like Friday night, or maybe it was Saturday morning. I forget what day it was. But they tagged me in a Kyle Larson. What's that noise?
Chance messing with the buttons.
What the hell?
I was just told
Were you playing
that they can hardly hear us.
What the hell was that?
We're lifting off.
So anyway, somebody tagged me in it. I saw it on my phone. It was 28 minutes, ago when I saw it. I'm like, there's no way in hell it'll still be there. I jump on my buggy, roll over to the booth, and it's sitting there. And I'm like, oh God. So I bought it. It was great. I bought it for $500. I have a standing offer from some teacher in California that will pay me $3,000 for it. And I turned it down because I've seen one. They'll make more money. I haven't seen more Kyle Larson tail tanks.
I really expect it to be the Carson's front nose.
That's up there, and it's where am I at? You can see it right there.
Love it.
Part of the TV deal, but no, that's up there, but that's not number one. Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yep.
So I got a quick one. Would you ever get into a car and race?
I've done it twice. Ran 2 enduros at Kalamazoo. One was a 6-hour enduro that we did driver changes for. We had 3 announcers, me. I want to say Kyle Trinkline. Don't quote me on that. And Andy Jack. And I ran my 2 hours. I was so nervous. I was scared to death. I got in. I didn't understand how to freaking buckle my helmet. And Kenny Head comes over, and he's doing that, and he ties me in. And I'm like, oh, I was ready to pee my pants or whatever. So, and it was through a road course, so it wasn't just around the oval, so it felt a little bit better or a little more comfortable, or whatever the hell that means. And I did that. We got 4 laps in. We're under yellow. And I'm like, holy hell, this is kind of fun. And I roll up next to Kenny, and I yell, hey, I haven't hit anything yet. And he smiles, and he fucking cranks the steering wheel right. Boom! And that's a huge memory. I love Kenny. Kenny's been a great person to get to know, whether working at the racetrack. He's married Ben's mom, so I spent a lot of time over there during the summer and long weekends at Kalamazoo, and just had the honor to grow up with them, and pretty cool. But that would be it. Interest level past that is 0. They pay me to be on my side of the fence. Like I think I've told you guys, worst thing can happen. If I have the worst night in the world, I still get to go in the tower. I still get to see everybody in the tower. And at the end of the night, Gary Howell hands me a check with the same amount of money, whether it was best night or worst night. And with you guys, your best night, worst night factors monetarily quite a bit. And it's just not my thing. I love that you guys both do that. And I love, because nobody's making money doing this. So thank you guys. But interest level in racing 0. Unless we want to go go-kart racing sometime. I'm in.
Let it be known.
Oh gosh.
Kalamazoo Go Kart Challenge.
God, would that be fun?
So I guess we'll wrap it up a little bit. Dude, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for everything you do for Kalamazoo Speedway, the drivers, the fans, the whole damn thing. You have a great attitude. You're one of my favorite people to see every week when we pull in, shoot the shit when we're either pre-race, after race, giving me a go-kart ride, or not go-kart ride. Now I have go-karts on the brain. A golf cart ride. You're a smart ass, which I love, and you're just a plain good time. So please keep it up. Stay with us. Stay with the sport for many years to come, because it's fun on a Friday night, even when I'm just a fan, to hear you in the stands.
Well,
And
I
piggybacking
appreciate
off that real quick, what he's saying is true. Like, we always say that we need the fans, but you also make this sport fun too.
Well, I like I said, I'm lucky to get to do what I do, and the fact that you'll get to go to a really really good race, whether it's here at Kalamazoo or Kokomo, or I'll never forget one of my best races ever. I climbed down. We're at Kokomo Speedway. It was just stupid ignorant. I'm talking to Flagman. I'm talking to Cigar Dave. I'm talking to Kenny, and we're just like, oh my god, how good was that? And we have that that quick 5-minute debrief, and then I pull away and I said, guys, I hate to tell you, but I got to go get paid for getting to watch what I just got to watch. You know what I mean? And it's, Cigar Dave had a thing where if it was a really good night, he'd stand up and be like, you know what? I'm going outside. I'm paying to get back in because they're cheating or they're getting cheated. And there's nights like that wherever you're at, whatever track you're at. But I'm lucky. I get to have fun. I've got people have adopted me very well. Got a great group of friends, a great group of race people that hang out with me. And like I say, it goes back to you guys and people like you that have fun, that make it worth. Why is your on-air sign not on?
Yes, Bubba asked us.
First, shout out to Chuck Reeves for purchasing this for us, but this is what happens.
No, hold on. You got to plug it in.
It's not plugged in either. It was so bright. It was like a damn astronaut in here.
I'm pissed that it took me 45 minutes to realize it was off.
We're working on it. It's a work in progress.
It's just a blur.
Here's what I want. I want it dim, but I want it blinking, I think. So you need that.
Can you do that?
You can buy a bulb, I think. Or short out the cord and get some insurance.
We'll have to figure it out. So real quick, tell us about the new gig you got going on with your Facebook group.
Uh-oh. I think there's
Yeah,
a cat.
no, we got. I got a box of cars here.
Oh.
Can you see it? Yeah, I've got layers here. There's tier 1, tier 2, and then rubber cars. We got Matchbox cars, and I got a treadmill. My buddy's selling me, but this goes back credit to Timothy Horvath. And you guys did you guys do that at the shoe?
We did not.
We were by it for a second.
Somebody posted they had a video of a treadmill and some cars on it, and he paid $1 and yada yada yada. And the winner got everybody's money, and my brain just started going. I've got a bunch of friends that gamble, a bunch of friends that like to have some fun. So I was going to buy his treadmill, yada yada yada. His treadmill took what did I miss?
Me saying what, so that you have a bunch of friends who like to gamble.
Oh yes, correct. So
I'm shocked.
Yeah. So I got a treadmill from a buddy that I got around here, and I bought now 65, I believe, Matchbox cars at an average of about $9 a piece. You can do that math real quick in your head. I did get 15 of them for $1 a piece. That kid had no idea what the hell he was doing, but thank you.
Unlike the $50 for one car.
He delivered them to my house. Yeah, $50. Don't get me started with that guy. That little skills asshole can. I got a new. No, I don't have a skills car yet, but I got one for like $8. It might be here tomorrow. Anyway, once a week we're going to do that for $10 a car. You buy the car. We'll have heat races. You win the heat race, you get $50. You advance the feature with those 12 cars, and the winner gets $500. So you win $550, and it's something to do during the winter. So Matchbox Motorsports Park, I think, on Facebook, or just find me and I'll direct you where you need to be. But I'm sorry, I kept saying 10. It's 11 because we're going to have a point of no return line. And if you go past, so if you're, wait, I got to try and figure out where I'm at here. Okay. So if you're back here on the treadmill, a good spot, and you start sucking and you go past the point of no return, which is 3/4 of the way down the thing, and then you come back and win, you'll get the jackpot. Jackpot will be $12 every heat race that keeps rolling over.
Nice.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of camera angles. Yeah, it'll be fun. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll do that. I think the first race will be a week from tonight.
Stellar.
Yeah, you'll have to wrap up your show by 8. We'll try and wait till 8 and go at 8.
We can do that, especially in the off season.
We're usually done by 8. Special occasions like this, we go whenever.
You mean where the guy won't shut up?
No, it's the best art, though.
We've only had one episode under an hour. Let's be real.
No.
Yeah. Anywho.
Right.
You guys having fun doing this? You guys obviously bounce off each other. You're having a great time. I can tell. You know, it goes back to I did this. I've talked to you guys. Me and Ben had that show, called The Wild, and we just sat around and we had fun. But we had no agenda, and there was, Ben couldn't sit and talk. Ben had to walk and talk, so he'd go outside. And the one night, the best night ever, he's out in the front yard just walking down the street, and I'm like, so he's talking, right? And all of a sudden you hear gunshots or something.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on outside? Oh, just your fucking stupid neighbor shooting at me. My door's shut. I can't see at all what's going on, but the police haven't showed up at all, so I'm not that worried. And he's talking. But it's like, and it goes back to atmosphere. We had fun. You guys have fun. We need to have more fun in racing, and it makes more sense if you have fun. And
that's where the 2-drink minimum came from.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-drink minimum. I had 2 in tonight, but 1 during the show. It was a double tall too. So
yeah,
it counts.
It's like I told you the other day. Paul and I've talked about this. If we can make everybody's Mondays suck just a little less, we did what we need to do.
Yep, absolutely. And I think this on YouTube can grow. I don't know how much of it is, on Facebook. It's hard to go back and scroll through stuff, but you can just search some on YouTube and you got different layers. I think this is a good way to go. Plus, you can play your intro like 9 times. Oh, wait, you did. And work on that. It's great. I was trying to figure out what's going on. I love the music though, and I want to know whose kids is that.
That's my kids.
Your kids? All right.
Yep.
It's very cool. So work out a squirrel thing in there somewhere.
We're gonna have to work on the squirrel. Yeah, we're done with the Facebook broadcasting. We'll still obviously promote it on Facebook, but after last week, I was done with it.
Yep. No, you gotta be careful that people copyright, and people like to complain and like to throw people under the bus. So they'll do that whenever they can, and you got bit.
Word.
It'd be one thing if they'd have just muted that part of the show, but they just blocked it completely. Like nobody could watch it.
We did a really neat video with a drone at Kalamazoo and played some music and just a 1.5-minute promo, and it was totally, the whole thing was muted because we were playing, I don't know, whatever, YMCA or something in the background, and it's stupid. And I get it. I get it. The guys that made those songs, they don't care what we're doing. They want their money. So I get it, but it's weird that we can do it on YouTube and we can't do it on Kalamazoo or on Facebook. Hashtag Mark Zuckerberg and
Yep.
Yes.
Oh God.
Well,
sorry, I'm honest.
Hold on, Racing Kid 74. Curtis was his name?
Yeah, Curtis from
He
Corrigan.
wants to know, Chiefs are -7.5 tonight. Who are you taking?
I'm not real. I'm a Lions fan, so I quit watching football back when Barry retired. I'll take Mahomes is a beast. I'm taking him minus points. Yeah, give me the Chiefs and -7.5.
Wow, it's not a bad bet.
We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wait, do I have time to get on FanDuel still? Yeah, we got like 9 minutes before the game starts. So. What do you football teams? Who do you guys like?
Lions.
Colts.
You want me to have honesty hour here for a second?
Yeah.
My favorite time of the whole year is going on right now, and it doesn't have anything to do with race cars.
College football.
No,
Oh. Who?
postseason baseball. I
Oh.
love postseason baseball.
Who's your team?
I'm a White Sox fan, so we got kicked out a little bit ago, but I have 05 and that was cool. I grew up listening to a couple guys, and that's one thing with announcing deal. You want to try and paint that image for people, and I know I suck at play-by-play. I've said that, but not Ken Harrelson, but Ed Farmer and John Rooney back in the WMAQ days with radio. Got to listen to them growing up because I didn't have cable growing up when I was like 15, whatever. But I listened to them, and they did such a great job of me being able to, in my head, figure out exactly what was going on. And we sucked. I mean, hell, Michael Jordan was trying to play baseball in like 94. And but it was fun. We tried to get him over, get him on, and get him on, get him over, get him in. And it went on and on and on. And then 05, we went to the ninth inning. It was hold him to go home to win the World Series. And I was watching it on Fox on TV, and I knew what I had to do. I turned my TV off, jumped in the car, drove down the road, turned on 670 WMAQ, listened to Ed, listened to John, and just bawled my eyes out with him because it was so great. And sometimes you got to go old school. That's what it's about.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Postseason baseball, and I'm not sure who I'm even pulling for right now, but I got a feeling it'd be hard to beat the Dodgers.
I agree. Well, you got anything else for Jason?
No, sir. Just thank you. Thanks for coming on with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for what you're doing. I know how much time and work that is on your end, and thank you, boys. So I appreciate you guys.
No, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, man. Have a great night, and we'll have to pull you on again.
Yeah. You got a cool outro. What do you call it? Exit deal?
Oh, we don't have a guest outro. We'll work on that.
Well,
It'll have some squirrels.
Outro to end the show, though. You got a show end or anything?
Oh, yeah, the show's not done. We still got Mom of the Week, Paul's final thoughts.
By the way, whose Mom of the Week idea was that? I love it. No, that's great. And congratulations, Michelle.
We always give each other crap about Paul's mom, Chad's mom. And I was laying in bed one day, and I'm like, oh, my God. Paul the mom. Mom of the Week. And it just kind of rolled with it, and it's worked out because, I mean, you and I, we can all contest that. If it isn't for the moms, some of these kids wouldn't be at these tracks. So,
yep. Yeah, Michelle does a great job with balancing everything and working at Kalamazoo and trying to watch the kids. And Rick, dealing with Rick racing as long as he was. And dude, that's great. That whole family is just outstanding. And, whether it's Taylor or Alex watching them grow up, or Rick or Michelle back 15 years ago in a late model or modified, it was a lot of fun. So, good deal.
Agree.
All right.
So, yeah.
I'll get off here so you guys can wrap up.
All right, man.
Thanks,
we
man.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, buddy.
All right. Take care.
You too. All right.
That was a great segue over to Mom of the Week.
It is. He helps. See, that's a big help.
Now, will this actually work there, buddy?
Oh, my gosh. It will probably work, so luckily yours is up, so I'm not even going to try to. Here we go.
Sixteen's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I've waited for so long.
It worked this time.
Is that it?
No, that's bringing the segment in. I haven't announced the winner yet. Oh my gosh, Paul. You're killing me, man. All right, so this week, our Mom of the Week is... Kim Beebe. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. So I reached out to her, and this is what she has to say. I grew up around racing. My grandpa, dad, uncles, and cousins raced when I was growing up. Then at the age of 12, my son, Brent Drobny, is that how you pronounce his last name? Drobny? I apologize for.
Terrible with the names.
We were terrible with names. I'm terrible with words as it is. He started racing, and he currently races. A late model sportsman. Also, my stepson Bryson Beebe has raced and loves helping people in the pits, which we could talk about Bryson because he came in clutch quite a few times for us. I've enjoyed working at Kalamazoo Speedway and Springport Speedway in the past few years. And she also wants to thank Billy Yates for the nomination. Yeah, Bryson in general, I remember, was it last year, I had a flat tire and I was running good. I think I was running fourth and I came into the top pits and all I see is this flash go across the screen, go across in front of me. And between Bryson and Paul and I don't even remember who else was. Bubba was there.
Jimmy, yeah, the whole
Jimmy
gang.
was there. Everyone was there. They had my tire off and a new one on, and God, it was.
We were so quick. Hendrick reached out and was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you guys need some jobs?"
It was no. I would say it was probably a
was quick.
15 to 20 seconds. You guys just knocked it out, and that's a big thing with Bryson. Like, I haven't got to watch him race, but the help he gives everyone in the pits. That's all thanks to you, Kim. You're
Yep.
a big supporter of that. So even your son, Brett, I seen he won this year. So huge shout out to you. Congratulations. Thank you for everything you do.
Our fourth
As
winner,
well.
I believe, right? That's
That
week
is
4.
our fourth
Yeah.
winner. So congrats.
Racking 'em up.
And keep nominating people. Vote. I'll do another post. But thank you for everything you do for the sport. It's moms like you. So, Paul, we're just going to jump in.
Let's do it. All right. So, Paul's final thoughts today. I kind of struggled with this one. I was trying to find a good topic and came up with a good idea this afternoon. And then lo and behold, we've already touched on it with Seltzer, who thanks again for coming on the show. But as we end the 2022 season, let's all take time this offseason and talk up the sport. Get the interest going early and often for the 2023 season coming up. Sometimes it feels like the sport is on life support, and the more we can do to help revitalize it, the better off we are all going to be. Social media promotion is free. But on that, you got to be positive, be informative, and have fun. We've touched on that. That's how 2022 has been. We got to have fun. That's what this is all about. Plan on bringing someone new to the races next year. Again, we've talked about it. But start now with getting them interested. Invite them over to the shop. Show them those cars. Help put them to work. Let the kids clean. Oh, no.
Did your computer just die?
Yeah. All right. So I don't know if the video is still rolling, but we're gonna go. Put them to work. The future of the sport is in our hands, and we have to work. This has been an episode. But anyway, we have to work together to bring this thing back to life. So with that, let's do better together before all we have is just a bunch of memories of the racetrack. And with that, I don't know where the charger actually went. It was plugged in. So thank you all for coming out tonight. I hope you had fun. We had a blast. This has been a great episode in my eyes.
Yeah, it's been fun. That's what it's about. So,
we're on the radio right now.
We're basically radio talk. Paul's computer, which is controlling the webcam, died. So hopefully y'all can hear us.
We found the limit. An hour and 15 minutes.
We've definitely found the limit. But thank you, everyone. Remember, go subscribe. Hit the bell button next to subscribe just to make sure you're getting notified. Thank you. This is our 10th episode, and I can't thank everyone enough for the support you've all shown us. Thank you, Paul, for everything you've done.
This is your brainchild, buddy. I'm just along for the ride.
No, but it's not just me. So thank you. And huge shout out to both of our wives.
For sure.
They deal with a lot in general, and they allow us to have our Mondays now. So,
Yep.
on that note,
Absolutely.
we love you all. Thank you.
Have a great night, guys. See you next week.